We're live.
Hi friends, welcome to My Divorce Real Estate. I'm Amber Gifford. So today we're going to talk about communication, and not just any old communication, a tool that you can use when you're going through your divorce that usually is recommended by attorneys, but not always, because we come across people all the time that are like, you know, I'm having trouble getting my soon-to-be ex-spouse to answer my phone calls or to pay back a receipt for a dental visit for the kids or whatever. So we hear that all the time, right?
Yeah, I mean, I usually prefer smoke signals to pass my messages back and forth.
Yeah, that works really well. So bad communication or no communication can lead to pitfalls in any relationship.
That's true.
When you're talking about divorce, it can be detrimental to you and even worse to your children, because it's imperative when you are going through divorce to communicate with your soon-to-be ex or your ex-husband or wife about the children. And this typically only comes into play when you're talking about children.
Yeah.
I myself am a child of divorce 7 times over. This was not around when I was younger, and they'd send messages through, tell your mom this, tell your dad that. And I can assure you, 7 times of that, no child wants to be the messenger. Don't go to your child and say, ask your dad this, ask your mom that. No, you need to ask them. And if you can't communicate with them without it being contentious or whatever the case may be, you need some form of communication that you can use to pass messages, track records, keep a journal entry. And there are things out there that we're going to tell you about today.
Yeah. And so one of those ones that we would recommend you use, and gets recommended by a lot of attorneys, is called Our Family Wizard. And
I used it.
And I actually still currently use it with our situation. So,
and yours came in after the fact of post-divorce, several years.
Yeah, so we just, because of a breakdown in communication, we decided that'd be best place to have, everything put on one app and one place to communicate versus text messages and phone calls. We can just always email or text or message through the app, right?
So it's a monthly calendar to put in your days of possession. It has messaging, expense tracking, journaling, record keeping. It does have a subscription to it. There's 1 or 2 years. It's like $144 for the first year, $204 for 2 years.
Yeah, so it's like a slight discount to using it for 2 years. But I mean, you could use it the first year and see if it's something that you both like before you commit to multiple years use of it, or see if it's something that you find beneficial or.
So what do you like about it?
I mean, I do like that it stopped some of those phone calls and text messages directly to me during other times. It just really gets that one point of communication saying, hey, this is where I know all messages are going to be, and not my email, not my text message, not a phone call. It just kind of eliminates all those other points of distractions.
What I like about it too, it has a tone calculator. So if you're typing something and it sounds aggressive, it lets you know. So, you don't ever want to put anybody else on the defense. I think that's kind of a cool feature. What don't you like about it?
I don't like the calendar feature. It lets me.
Events added. I've heard you say this like multiple times. It's like
Yeah. So there's you might get a notification, hey, something's been added to the calendar, which is great. Okay, great for letting me know, but I can't tell when that was or which event was added without going and searching the calendar. So unlike we use Google Calendar ourselves to send appointments and messages back and forth. But it'll say, hey, this is for this date at this time, and this was added, and you can accept it or not. Where the My Family Wizard doesn't have that feature. It just lets you know the event was added.
It's been a while since I used it. Something I want to add, too, that when you get into temporary orders, which usually comes first after you or your soon-to-be ex has been served papers, highly recommend you add that in there right away to get on some form of communication app. But I'm trying to remember. I think one of the things I didn't like about it, and this was 6 years ago. It was a little glitchy. It had an app. It was on the computer. It was just kind of hard to maneuver. I haven't really heard you complain about that. But overall, I liked that you could put your expenses in there, that you could calendar, the kids' schedules, what's going on. That way it wasn't in multiple places. This too is a tool, just like anything else.
Mm-hmm.
It's not something that you have to use forever unless it's working for you. And I would like to add one of the best features of all of these that we're going to talk about is it can be used in a court of law. So that's really important. So if you have to go to trial for a mediation, or you're going back to court after your divorce has been settled, any communication, anything that's in there can be pulled and used by your attorney or a judge, which is awesome.
Yeah, that's probably one of the best benefits of having such a feature that, hey, everything can be pulled up and compiled pretty quickly and sent to your attorneys or reviewed by the court.
Yeah. Number 2 is one that I'm not familiar with personally, but it's called AppClose. I was reading up about it today, actually. I learned about it from an attorney here that we know. Same kinds of things, the calendar, record keeping, messaging, expense. It has all the same benefits. However, I did not see anywhere on there that there was a monthly charge or a fee to use this app. I did download it to my phone just to check it out. I didn't get far enough to see over a certain time period if it comes in later, but my guess is they're not going to trick you into that.
Yeah, I think it's probably paid through for using ads, like most apps that are free. So there's probably some ads in there. I'm not sure. Like I say, we haven't used it before, so we don't know all the features on it.
But it does say no monthly fees, no subscription fees. One of the coolest things about it, though, I think is awesome. So they have this audio video calling that you can reach out to people that are in the connection with you, and they can audio video call through that. So if you're having issues with an ex constantly sending messages to your children, or you just have communication breakdown, they're being interrupted, what's going on, what are you doing, they can have their set time, which is in a lot of decrees, and they can use that for calling purposes, showing that either one, they made the phone call to reach out to their children, or that they didn't. Another cool feature on this one is that if you're using it because you want to track all of these things, but say Scotty wasn't using it, I could still send him a request of, hey, I need a repayment back for your percentage of the out-of-pocket health insurance to be paid for. And then he gets a link because he's not agreeing to use this app. He accepts it or declines it, and then it tracks all of this. So you can show proof hey, I have tried multiple times to get my ex to, see the expenses that have been listed in here, or whatever the case may be. It shows it, and it's trackable, the attempts that you made to be able to reach out to this person, whether they accepted it or declined it. So the other person doesn't necessarily have to be on it. And I have heard lots of times that a spouse won't guarantee or use anything.
Yeah, if it wasn't agreed to in your original divorce decree, you might be hard it might be hard to convince them to go ahead and use an app post divorce. So,
and it just depends on the communication breakdown. So the other one is called Talking Parents. I haven't personally used this one either. It came from an attorney recommendation as well. They have different plans from free $9.99 up to $24.99 a month. Same things: communication, calendar, file sharing, all the
record
same
keeping
type of stuff.
Yeah.
I suggest Googling all of them, reading the reviews. Somebody put on one of them that was kind of glitchy on something. And so just read about them, educate yourself. And, if you're soon to be ex, or your ex is not communicating well with you, or you need one place to organize all your files about what's being sent back and forth, this is the way to do it for communication.
Yeah, but so any of these apps are just going to be there to help you try to improve that communication with the ex, which is usually a problem maybe during the marriage, and now is definitely probably going to be a barrier post-divorce. So
yeah, so Our Family Wizard, which I've used and Scotty uses, Talking Parents, and then the third one is the one that has the audio call, and then the part I didn't see this on the other ones. This is about the attempts that are made if their person isn't in your circle, which I have not seen that anywhere before, and that's AppClose, AppClose.
And we'll go ahead and include all those links below in the video here. So if you want to check them out, you can just click on the links below to help you get an overview of those.
Yeah, good luck in your communication. I hope it works out well for you. At the very least, you be the one in charge of yourself and take action. So as always, we're here to bring you real life
experience to all your real estate needs.
Thanks for that.
I'm ready.